Acolyte episode 6. So, you give a show a compliment, right? For doing good finally last week. And they turn around and betray you, right? By giving us another boring episode where nothing happens. It's just crazy to me. Last week's episode was just, action packed. And people did stuff which actually moved the plot and story forward, right? Because stuff actually happened or people progressed. In this episode, we kind of get that, but not too much. So this episode is just a parallel episode between, Osha and May, because they do their own version of a celebrity wife swap. And this time it's a Jedi Master swap or a Master swap, right? So Osha gets swapped to going with Chimera, and May gets swapped with going with Soul. And like I said, they're trying to do a parallel in this episode, but the only parallel is that they both try to kill whatever master they were swapped with, but they both get distracted and their attempt is, thwarted, right? They can't do it no longer. But, with Maze, she actually kind of develops a little relationship with Chimera, because we learn, Chimera is actually a pretty chill guy somehow, even though he just killed everybody last episode, right? So that's due to every episode having a completely different writer. But he's a chill guy, and Osha's asking him about, well, what about May? You trained her and look how she turned out. And he just basically tells her, well, I thought May wanted more than revenge in life, but I was wrong about her. But he sees potential in Osha, right? She could succeed where May failed. And for May, she tries to kill Soul, but the ship powers down and loses power. And instead of continuing with the mission, she just gets distracted and just starts acting dumb. And she also gets kind of outsmarted by Pip the droid and that little raccoon they them thingy from 2 episodes ago. And she's a highly trained assassin, by the way. So she gets some brain cells and gets the idea to make Pip on her side, but she doesn't get the idea to at least knock out or kill the raccoon they them. For some reason, she just lets him go scot-free, right? And she was really focused and serious about killing Soul until the power ship went out. And it's you could have still killed him if you wanted to, or if that was your main mission, right? But this also doesn't make sense for her, because 2 episodes ago she wanted to betray her master and tell the Jedi Order everything. So it's just another example of every episode being written by a different person, and that doesn't work out. That formula never works. So anyway, with Osha, she actually gains some sort of character development, maybe a little progression, right? But it's nothing that affects the entire plot too much just yet. And her thing is, Chimera could see right through her. He knows that she has a lot of emotions, including anger, and that's why the Jedi Council let her go. But she thinks that she left on her own free will, but she was really thrown out because Jedi aren't allowed to have emotions. And he uses this to get a closer bond with her somehow, right? And by the end of the episode, he just tells her that he uses his mask that he wears in battle, and it blocks out all of his senses and it helps him focus with the Force. And she doesn't trust him in using it at first, but he just tells her, all you gotta do is just trust yourself. And she ends up using it, and they make this callback to Darth Vader, even though this takes place 100 years before Anakin Skywalker was even thought of. So I just thought that was kind of funny and weird. Yeah, so literally nothing happened. Nobody progressed. Everybody's still at their same character point. The only people who changed were the Jedi who fought bravely in the last episode, because they're dead now, right? Either by a neck snap or 3 lightsaber stabs to the chest. So yeah, nothing happens, and it's really concerning because there's 2 more episodes left. This is episode 6 out of 8. So I don't know what they're gonna do. It seems like they're trying to have the twin switch roles. So May will be a good guy now and Osha will become evil, but there's not enough time to develop that. There's only 2 episodes left. So it's just, this whole thing is just really pointless. Like it really is. And it's just sad to see from the series, because if you had just kept the same writer from episode 5, we could have a good steady series, right? And one more thing, Jedi Master Soul is terrible at talking to people. Okay, he's like, oh, I promise I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you more when I can. I'll let you know what happened all those years ago. And then every time they're about to reveal something new or something that can move the plot along, they cut away. They either cut away to an unnecessary scene for comedy, or they end the episode, which they do here. And it's just really annoying. So with that being said, I give this episode a 2 out of 10. 1 point for existing and 1 point for Chimera's character, which I kind of like now, unfortunately, because he just seems like a chill dude who just wants to be free. But in his eyes, the Jedi think they could just own the galaxy. So in order for him to be free, he's just gonna have to break Jedi tradition, which they see as a dark side. So that's about it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.